guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, even though it's been fairly warm lately, it's still winter time and I wanted to try out some snowflake stickers that I just bought. They look like this. I bought them from an Etsy shop called Ethereal-esque Shop. I will link them down below if you want to check them out. I wanted to do a beginner-friendly makeup look for all those people out there that are still trying to learn and are wanting to try something that looks more complicated than it really is. Please like this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can check out more of my videos. I know that you can obviously see it's dark outside. If you see me drinking coffee, don't judge it. Since I imagine there's going to be a lot of fallout for this look, I'm going to start with my eyes. I'm going to be using the C11 Magic Concealer. I'm just going to blend it out with a small beauty blender. I'm going to be using two different sized stickers. You can't really see these, they're white, but they've got like little white snowflakes on them. They're bigger than the other ones that I have. The point of the stickers is so I can stick them where I want the snowflake shape at, and then I'm going to use the eyeshadow over top of it. Since I have hooded eyes, I am going to stick them up a little bit higher. That way they can actually be seen. Because if I put them in this crease right here, you just won't even be able to tell what they are. The next sticker I'm going to use is the smaller ones. I'm going to use these just to add a different sized. Now that the stickers are on where I want them to, I'm going to start with the eyeshadow look. First shade I'm going to be using is like more of a tan shade. I'm just using it for transition and to kind of set that concealer. The next shade I'm going to be using is called Brother. And I'm going to be using this darker blue shade for the outer side of my eye. And then as I go in, I'm going to use lighter shades. I'm going to start slowly bringing it out. And I'm starting from the point where I want the darkest color, and then I'm blending out as my brush gets less product on it. I'm going to change my brush and I'm going to use a smaller blending brush. And I'm going to go into a lighter blue shade, which this shade is Playground in this palette. And I'm going to put that in the center of my eyelid. And again, I'm starting with a dabbing motion, and then as product starts transferring to my eyelid, I'm going to start blending it out and up. Then once you get that shade on there, you want to blend it in with the darker blue. And you do that by just going to the place where those colors meet and just slightly blending them together. Because I think blue is more of a patchy color when it comes to eyeshadow, don't be afraid to pack and then blend slowly. That way the color will stay. As you start blending these colors together, the color will start to fade. I usually go back in with the same colors again and pack the color on more. So I'm going back into that first dark blue shade, Brother, and I'm just gonna go back exactly where I was before. Now I'm going back into that second blue shade, Playground, and I'm just going to pack that on as well. Also, look at how cute this mug is that I'm using for my brushes. My sister got it for me for Christmas because I love Winnie the Pooh. To make sure all that blue is blended in fairly well, I'm going to use a clean blending brush. It's just another rounded, fluffy brush. And then I'm just going to go over all those shades and just make sure they're nicely blended. I'm going to go back in again after I blended and pack that color in just a little bit more to make sure that's, like, personally I want a more solid blue and I just don't feel like it's there. So I'm going to go back in with those same exact colors. For the shade in my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Ranch. I'm actually going to use a flat brush. I'm going to dip it in a little bit of water. I'm just going to pack that in to my inner corner. Because Ranch is like more of a shimmery shade than just a plain color, using the water makes it a little bit more matte and easier to use, and it won't be as sheer. Because the inner corner color is almost a white color, I'm going to use a very thin blending brush, maybe, to just blend that line that's been created. You don't want to go too far into each color because then it'll start mixing it and you don't want that to happen. To help blend a little bit further, I'm going to go back into that blue shade with the brush that I used for it and put that color back in a little bit. I'm just not going to use as much. Then I'm going to go back in with that small blending brush that I was using and blend it in just a bit more. You ever feel like one eye looks better than the other? Because this one's doing what I want and this one will just not act right. I'm going to use a white and just sharpen the shape of the eyeshadow. Now that the eyeshadow is basically done, I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I'll go back and finish the eyes. For my base, I'm going to use the Poreless Putty Primer by e.l.f. I'm going to use the same concealer I used for my eyelids. I'm going to blend it with that C0. Every time I do my forehead concealer, I always want to scrunch up my forehead. I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna make creases. For contour, I'm gonna be using the NYX Wonderstick. I also realized in my last video, I did not blend out this part of my nose. So if you haven't gone and seen that one, you should check it out, just so you can point that out. To blend the contour out, I'm gonna be using a rounded face brush by Morphe. Because I haven't done it in a while and because I want to, I'm going to add some freckles. I am already very freckly, but because it's winter time, they're not as prominent, so I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. cream contour palette, and I'm gonna be using this dark shade. You can kind of see where I've used it and like poked into it. Take a very pointed brush and I just kind of poke it into it, and then I just put it randomly on my face. Fun fact, when I was younger, I actually did not like my freckles because back then it was more of a standard to have like clean and clear skin without freckles. But now freckles are coming back and I've grown to actually adore my freckles because now people are trying to make fake freckles and I have them. And to kind of soften those up, I'm going to take a beauty blender and I just kind of dab, and it pulls some of that product off. To set this, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics setting powder in the shade Fair. The brush I'm going to be using is going to be a tapered face brush. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light in the shade Ambient. I'm going to be using a pointed powder brush by e.l.f. For blush, I'm going to be using the Morphe blush palette. And I'm going to use the shade, It Girl. To blend that out a bit, I'm going to use a Bare Minerals Supreme Finisher brush with no product on it. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Suva Beauty Hydra Liner in the shade Grease. But because I want the focus of this eyeshadow to be the snowflakes, not the eyeliner, I'm just going to do a simple eyeliner. For my inner corner for the liner, I'm going to change my brush into an angled flat brush. For my lower lash line, I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Makeup Liner Stick in the shade Gold Plated. For my eyebrows, I'm just going to lay them down with a clear brow gel, just so they'll have a little bit more shape to them. And I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. I'm going to be using the shade Blue Ice. For setting spray, I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the NYX Lip Pencil in the shade Nude Pink. lipstick, I'm going to be using a nude color in the shade Celebrity Skin. I'm going to blend that out with my finger. For lip gloss, I'm going to be using the Carly Bible Il Makiage in the shade Star Child. Now lastly, because I'm completely done, I'm going to take those stickers off. This is the final look, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think this look was beginner friendly. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.